Good morning everyone, welcome to today's a little bit shorter video. You've been writing a story this week about an adventure at a theme park. Today will be your second day of story writing and I'd like you to put some speech into your story. Now it's been a while since we did how to punctuate speech, so this video is a very quick recap, a reminder if you like, to help you write your speech. So, first of all, let's quickly go through the golden rules of speech. First of all, and the most important bit, and that is every time someone new starts talking, you go to a new line. So, new speaker is new line. So, N-S-N-L. Okay? And then there's the speech punctuation itself. So just a reminder of what it's all called. First of all, you have what looks like a 66 and a 99. Sometimes they're called inverted commas. Sometimes they're called speech marks. And the inverted commas, they go around what is actually spoken. Okay, so if I was to say, would you like an ice cream? Would you like an ice cream? Asked Miss Watson-Payne. Okay, my speech marks, yes, they would start at the beginning in front of the word would, but the closing speech mark does not go right at the end. The closing speech mark goes at the end of what is being spoken. So it would go here after the word ice cream. Would you like an ice cream? Asked Miss Watson-Payne. Punctuation. There are only 3 types of punctuation that will go in speech, and they will be a comma or a question mark or an exclamation mark. If they're not being shouted and it's not a question, then use a comma, and if you're not sure, use a comma. The punctuation goes with the speech inside the speech marks. Now I've asked a question here, so I'm putting a question mark. Would you like an ice cream? Asked Miss Watson-Payne. The first word inside your speech marks will always have a capital letter. Okay, and most speech needs some kind of reporting clause after the things that are spoken. So, point 1, new speaker, new line. Point 2, inverted commas or speech marks. 3, punctuation. 4, capital letter. 5, reporting clause. Okay, so the speech you're going to do today is going into a story about a theme park. And in the brief that I'm giving you about what to write today in the plan, you're going to be writing a conversation between you and a friend. Now, when we say you, I mean in the first person. So you're going to be writing about, I went on a roller coaster, I enjoyed myself. Would you like to go on a roller coaster? I asked. So everything is going to be I or we, and then obviously you're going to have a friend who's going to respond to your conversation. So I thought I'd write a quick conversation between me and my friend about what ride we want to go on first. So I'm going to ask the opening question. Because this is the start of a conversation, I don't need to worry about new speaker, new line. So I'm going to open with my speech marks. And then I need a capital letter. What do you think we should go on first? Now it's a question, so I know I need a question mark, and then I'm going to close my speech marks, and now I need a reporting clause. What do you think we should go on first? Now I'm not going to use the word said because I asked a question. I could use the word asked, I could use the word enquired, queried, any of those vocabulary words that mean the same thing as asking. But I'm going to keep it simple, I'm just going to put asked. So, what do you think we should go on first? I asked Jamil. Full stop. Jamil is a name, he has a capital letter. Now Jamil is going to reply, so I need a new speaker, new line, and I'm going to open what Jamil says with speech marks. And let's think of the name of a random ride, let's call it the Big Dipper. What about the Big Dipper? Now again, that's a question because it starts with the word what. And I'm closing it with speech marks. Big Dipper is the name of the ride, so it needs capital letters. What about the Big Dipper? And I could put replied because he's answering a question. I could put questioned Jamil because again he's asking a question. But I'm going to use the word suggested because I think here he's making a suggestion. Excuse me. So what about the Big Dipper suggested Jamil? Now, I'd like to add an adverb. Remember, adverbs tell you how something happened. So suggested is the verb, that's what he did. But now I'm going to add an adverb on the end to say how he suggested it. We're at a theme park, he wants to go on an exciting ride, he's a bit excited, so suggested Jamil excitedly. Right, I am now going to respond to Jamil's suggestion. I think the Big Dipper sounds a bit big and scary. So I'm going to drop down, new speaker, new line. Okay. I'm not sure about that. Now this is where it gets interesting. I could put, I'm not sure about that, full stop. It sounds a bit big and scary. Speech marks, I replied nervously. Or I could break the speech up. So what I could do, I'm not sure about that, comma, and it's a comma because I'm going to continue. I replied nervously. Full stop, reopen the speech marks, and I don't need a new line because it's me that's still speaking. It sounds a bit big and scary, and I'm going to put an exclamation mark there, and then I'm going to close my speech marks. I'm not sure about that, I replied nervously. It sounds a bit big and scary. So let's check through if we've used all of the features of writing speech. Have I got a new speaker for each new line? Well, yes. What do you think we should go on first? I asked Jamil. New speaker, new line for Jamil there. And then a new speaker, new line there, because it's gone back to me again. Have I got my inverted commas, and are they around the actual speech? So what do you think we should go on first? They are around what is actually spoken. Remember, don't put your reporting clause inside your speech marks. There's the next one. What about the Big Dipper? And then the last one. I'm not sure about that. The reporting clause is in the middle, and then it carries on. It sounds big and scary. Have I got capital letters on the first word inside my speech marks? Yes. 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 And yes. Have I remembered my punctuation? So if I'm shouting what I'm saying, it's an exclamation mark. If I'm asking a question, it's a question mark. Anything else is a comma. So these first two were questions. That one is a comma. Now, and that one is an exclamation mark. So that all works. Finally, have I got a reporting clause? I asked Jamil, suggested Jamil excitedly, I replied nervously.